Happy Valentine's.
Happy Valentine's, my man.
Thank you for being my Valentine's. How would you describe yourself?
Yeah, that's a tough one. I guess I would simply say that I'm an English DJ and learning to be a producer who also happens to run Focus events. And I actually moved over here it was 6 years ago to do a PhD.
Okay.
So that's how I started. But yeah, as we'll learn, I'm sure in the podcast, I kind of fell into hardstyle. And that's me now.
How did you get into music? Was there like a point in time when you were like a kid? Like, did you have to
Yeah.
learn an instrument or did you have to do
I did
choir or
not
whatever?
know. What do you mean? I guess like hardstyle sort of
Oh,
specifically? Or
just music.
just music?
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, so I was very much a sports kid, very
Yeah.
much a sports kid. And I used to listen to I would search on Spotify, just gym playlists.
Okay.
And so I listened to everything from Avicii and Skrillex, the Swedish House Mafia,
Yes.
very big on just EDM, I guess in general, and didn't realize actually that I listened to hardstyle. I didn't know it even existed until I moved over to Australia. I was like, oh, that's what they call it, because it's just songs on a gym playlist to me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, this is really cool. Like hard dance, like Darren Styles too, kind of branched into Headhunters, and never knew that was a thing. So I'd never really learned an instrument. I just loved electronic music.
Right.
Just loved it. My mum was a very big, I guess, kind of rave music influence. So we used to watch Clubland back home, which was the era of like Darude Sandstorm. Was pretty much my upbringing.
What? So your mum was already into like the
Yeah.
rave scene.
I never knew her as going to raves, I guess.
Yeah.
But we would watch, or like the MTV kind of music channels
Yeah.
and Clubland.
Yeah.
It was like very big. So we had like Scooter, Darude
Ah.
Sandstorm, Tiesto, Ferry Corsten, like just on TV, just all the time. That was my
cool.
whole upbringing. And I never knew what you called it. I just knew it was music and it was good.
Yeah.
And I like to keep that philosophy, I guess, now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just kind of brought up around electronic music and never really thought anything of it until I moved over here.
And when did you
yeah.
get yourself into DJing?
DJing was, I think it was 2023. I'll have to
Right.
check. I'll have to check.
Don't worry about
It was
the
very
specifics.
recent. Yeah, it was very recent. I did Your Shot, I think, like a bunch of people do here. It's a really, really good stepping stone. It's a really good platform to just have your first gig, learn some basic mixing skills, and from there, I guess just try to keep it going.
That's cool.
So yeah, very recent.
So you were kind of like it was like a hobby to you while you were studying.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It was White Party 2022 at the Shock. The Shock event was my very first
Oh, okay.
hard style event.
Yeah.
My first rave.
Yeah.
And I'd literally just posted on the EDM Brisbane. I think it's now called Hard HQ.
Yeah.
I posted on that group to say, hey, I'm a total newbie to hardstyle. Never heard of it before. But I think I'd like to come to an event, and a bunch of people commented. I didn't expect it.
Yeah.
It's quite a confronting thing, I guess, to just post like, hey, I'm a newbie. Like anyone want to make friends kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. It's almost like, hey, do you want to roast me?
It's so like it's so scary putting yourself out there, but it was the single best thing I ever did, because just posting on that group is kind of got me where I am now, and I'm super grateful.
It's wild how supportive like the hardstyle community is.
Wild.
Like just not even in Brisbane, but like Sydney, Melbourne,
Yeah.
Perth,
Yeah.
Adelaide. Like
You just go to Knockout and you get candy from people.
Yeah.
And you like exchange it, and you're like, what? Like, in a way, it's really nice, because you like could say like people necessarily like don't have a right to be so nice. Like they don't even know you, but that's the beauty of being human, and like especially in the hardstyle scene. Because I guess in hardstyle it didn't really start as sort of too popular.
No.
So we all kind of shared that, I guess, commonality of um, this is kind of seen as just noise by like a lot of people, but those who get it get it. It's a really really beautiful thing about the community. Yeah,
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 awesome.
it is.
So with your DJing, how did you start off learning? Were you kind of just like bought the equipment yourself, just playing in your bedroom, or did you have like a mentor, or how did you
Yeah,
go about
still
it?
am, still am, uh, still am a glorified button pusher. No, not at all. Yeah, so I actually asked Nugget.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
shout out to Nugget. What a man. He first helped me with the very very basics, um, and you know gave me a few tips on how to do a few sort of fun things like chops and things like that too. So he was great. He was really really good, and then that sort of gave me the confidence to explore it further. And that's when I kind of branched into the yaw shot side of things. And that was the 6 week intensive course kind of thing.
Right.
It was every weekend, and some weeknights. It was pretty intense, but yeah. So that kind of gave me like a little bit more, I guess, depth into it. And then from there, I guess you kind of just find your own way with however complex or simple you want it to be. Uh, and you know, I've got no shame in saying my mixing is quite simple, but I try to do it well. Um, and yeah, just try to kind of go with what the crowd's feeling as well.
Mm.
That's always kind of nice to do.
I also wanted to ask you with
Yeah.
the name, is it as simple as I think it is?
It's honestly, yeah. This is a really funny story, I guess. But this was as simple as having a little house party when I moved house one year around the time of your shot and going, like, just going to my friends, like, guys, I cannot think of a name for the life of me. So I actually put a whiteboard out um, at this little house party I had with a pen and was just like, if you've got any name ideas whatsoever, I'd love to have it. Um, and like eventually one of our friends, you know, there's a bunch, and it's always the typical things like I don't know, just cool stuff. It would be like something like Styles with a Z or something, you
Okay,
know,
yeah.
or like so you know something
Your
cool like
typical
that.
rap names.
Exactly, exactly. Um, but yeah, somebody mentioned CGI, and I was like, oh, it's actually got a bit of a ring to it. Hey, there's just a bit of a pop to it. It's kind of nice. So that's really how I kind of landed there. I hadn't really thought too much about it. Um, but yeah. I like to think it just has a little bit of a pop to it.
Did you also come up with the theme behind it? So correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems very gothic.
Yeah. That's a way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I very much like kind of metal hard style,
Mm.
quite dark, quite industrial. So yeah, you'll kind of see my logo has that really sharp sort of element, kind of like my tattoos
Mm.
actually. The kind of
Mm.
sharp sort of
Mm.
sort of look that I think just encompasses me as a person, and I
Right.
want people to uh, get that vibe from my sets, from my logo, from when they meet me. I would want them to just have my kind of authentic self, I guess. So yeah, it's very much the kind of style I go for.
And so, how did you kind of find yourself going towards this darker side of hardstyle
Great
compared
question.
to like
Great
melodic?
question. Yeah, and I feel like it's very much a kind of pipeline for like a lot of people. Is I actually started with like euphoric,
Yeah.
and I will always have a love for euphoric. It like for me, it never died. It never died. Like I know that's been a thing on like social media recently, but for me, it never died and never will. It's always been the heart and soul of hardstyle. So I started with everything from kind of early Darren Styles through to like Lost in Paradise, Max Enforcer, all of those beautiful melodies, and then just found myself, I guess, gradually liking harder things and going, oh, like sometimes I just love a heavy kick, hey, and I can't help it. Like there's just something about that like solid punch and that beautiful, beautiful bass that just gets me. So I guess I really just fell into the darker side. And like, don't get me wrong, as I'm learning to produce, I actually much prefer trancey kind of melodies, and I
Right.
still love the melodic stuff for like myself as a producer. But I'll I'll definitely just integrate that into my sets, which have a a very general darker vibe, but with a bit of energy sort of
So
control too.
you're incorporating other kind of genres in subtly
Trying
into,
to,
yeah,
yeah, trying to, because I don't want to siphon myself
right.
into CGI is 30 minutes of just industrial raw, and it's just like
Strap
this
in.
really yeah, because it can get a lot right, like a lot happens on that dance floor, um, and it's a 6 hour event for a lot of people. It's pretty hard to go, for 6 hours straight.
Yeah.
So I'm very mindful of that, and I'll kind of keep an eye on other DJ sets to see how they're going and see how the crowd's feeling, kind of sort of before I go on, so that I can try to help with that control for the night and think about the night as a whole, um, rather than just going, like, well, let's just give them like intense kicks for like 30 minutes straight, and like let's like I don't want them to stop. Like,
It is becoming a trend though.
it is, and I guess it's like
Is it a
of
blessing or
course,
is it a kind of a curse now?
that's the ultimate question, isn't
Yeah.
it? It's kind of like if you were to ask me about things like social media and TikTok, is there are pros and cons.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and I think and I think that's why I kind of have the philosophy of thinking about the night as a whole. Is because like it's great to get moments as a DJ, of course. Um, you would love to have the crowd sing along to something, or like have that really really big reaction, but not every song has to be like that. And I think it's more important to give the people a great night overall, and just kind of play your part in it. And it's a real real gift to be able to play that part. And I would hate to think that I would kind of try to just hammer people for 30 minutes with nothing but moments
Yeah.
and nothing but intensity.
So when you
Um,
develop your sets, is there kind of like a formula to how you go about it? So say you got like 30 minutes or an hour set,
yeah,
you like you said, you don't hammer them for like the full hour. You gradually build
yeah,
ebb and flow kind of thing.
yeah. And I think the formula's always changing too. And I think that's probably like a really crucial part of just being in the crowd too, and even just keeping an eye on so I guess socials and what people are interested in. Um, sorry, I keep touching the
No, no, it's
skateboard.
cool.
It's
It's
so
cool.
thick. Yeah, so I think when you have more time, it's obviously easier to have that little bit of a flow. But I also think there's no harm in looking at 30 minutes and selecting general time points where I think it will be key to give
Yeah.
people a rest. And that'll generally depend on, which songs are out these days that I would, kind of like people to hear. What do people want to hear? Um, how about like my songs? Like, I don't just want to put my song in there just because, like, does it fit and where? So, like, I don't want Zarg for 10 songs straight,
Yeah.
and then kind of randomly go to like a melodic. Like, so I try my best to kind of flow with it, and go, okay, like I've gone light for this bit. Let's get people partying again. Let's dance. So I like to see it as an art, and it is quite tricky. There are certainly some insane DJs out there and like producers who do it really well, and I guess I'm just trying to kind of be better at it too.
Like an homage to them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I do notice that, especially when you go on stage, you bring with you a very energetic
Oh,
presence.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So,
That means a lot.
everything from like the basically almost like high jumping at sometimes.
The
Shirts
jumps.
off, tats are out.
The
Like,
jumps. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I love them.
Is that like you, or is that like a persona, or is
No,
it,
that's absolutely
yeah,
me. that's that's absolutely me. And I guess that's just what I really try to kind of get across to people is the craziest thing is when people come up to you and they're like CGI, and I'm like, no, just call me Liam.
yeah,
Like, I'm just a guy, and I'm just feeling the music. And like, even if you have like the slightest bit of nerves, which is almost every time, it's because you care, and it's like the moment I get up there and press play on that first track, it just completely releases. So everything you see is just me feeling it.
Yeah.
It's just
Wow.
me feeling it. And it's yeah. If the shirt's off, it's genuinely just like hot most of the time, and I need to get better at getting towels or like a little
Yeah.
fan or something. I really got to manage myself better because yeah, I can go quite hard with the kick rolls and stuff, but I end up really hot. So that's on me. That's
Yeah.
on me.
Yeah, it's like the
But
sign where
yeah,
it's like look out for your friends is really just for
yeah,
you.
exactly. That's for me. Look out for yourself, dude, because I forget. Yeah, so I'm drinking water like every song because I'm like, damn, I'm gonna look after myself. Yeah,
So
yeah,
for you at the start to get gigs, was that easy for you kind of to naturally flow into that, or was it a bit of a grind?
yeah. It's honestly, I think I really took that for granted actually, because I think I was almost a like too anxious, uh, and b sort of almost like I guess too maybe trying to be too patient with it or too quiet about it. Because I think I kind of thought of it as, oh, I'm like, sure, my time will come. There are so many people, kind of queuing up for it, I guess, that I won't sort of be too pushy. Um, and as my time has gone on, and I've spoken to people like Hectic, Avox, even just anyone, Everlay, AMT, Nugget, they'll all tell you it's like, oh man, like, um, put yourself out there, put yourself out there, because it's a way to show that you want it. So it's like, as like much as it's nice for you to go, oh, like I'll kind of step back and everyone, will will like hopefully get their chance. You've also got to show that passion and get and say, hey, like I'm actually really keen. I'm just gonna message you and hound you. So even now, like to this day, I will still message the HQ team and the Shock team for like their events, and I'll still be like, I'm not going to take this for granted.
Yeah,
Like I I really want this.
yeah,
So yeah, I was definitely like a little too anxious to start with, and I'll tell anyone now whether it's Focus or um, Shark or HQ or any of the sort of events is the best thing to do is just message and let people know you really want it because it's we all do
Do you have a sense of like a plan of where you want to end up?
uh honestly I try not to think too much about it I guess because I kind of am enjoying the um organic sort of journey I guess. I think as I've kind of gone on, my ambition has only gotten uh, bigger and bigger, and I'm starting to realize that's partly kind of, I guess, surrounding yourself with people who share those big ambitions and can kind of sort of support you with it, and also internally having that own like, oh damn, actually like maybe this can get somewhere. So I don't know. I would just like to see. I like think of it as more of like I'd like to just uh, share this experience with people and kind of see where it leads. And if I can, be a producer that has people who sing along to a melody or just like enjoy my sets because they get to share it with me, then that's the best thing. So um, I like think if I were to be honest, generally speaking, I kind of know I want to get somewhere,
Yeah,
right? Uh, but I don't know if that's, you know, I mean, why not DEF CON?
call him out right now.
Why not? Why not DEF CON?
Yeah,
And,
why
and I
not?
just think it's like, um, you could argue that it's, very ambitious and everyone wants to get there. And, you shouldn't kind of set your ambitions too high because, you set yourself up. But no, like, why not? So, whilst I'm still in the very early days of it all, I do like to think of it as well. I'm still only like a couple years into this thing, and I'm not going to be DJing or I'm not going to be producing at levels like, noise controllers who've been in it for 15 years or something. So it's a long game too. Yeah. Sorry,
Yeah.
that's a really long answer.
No,
yeah.
that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we're looking for here. But I wanted to ask you from DJing. how did you then come up with the idea that you wanted to promote your own event?
Yeah, that's a great question. The short answer is I didn't.
Okay.
um, the um, the crux of it is really is that what I actually wanted to do is I think was it 2024? 2024, I think. I'd like sat with Scarlett, my now fiance, and I said I think I like want to just throw like a little rave for like me and my friends for my birthday. And like she's gone, oh, it's actually a great idea. Just like hire out a warehouse or something and just have your friends come over. I was like, yeah, just just like you just use some savings and just have a little warehouse rave. So that's exactly what I did. And I just had a little Facebook event and
Yeah.
just kind of decided to make it open to the public. Because I was like, well, like, what's the worst that could happen is some people from the hardstyle community here could just jump in because I don't want to exclude anyone. Like, if it's a hardstyle rave, so and I was like, I've kind of made a few friends who are DJs, so I could ask them to, you know, if they'd like to spare half an hour to play a set, it'd be really cool. And about 75, 80 people ended up coming. I
You
was
almost
like,
Project X yourself.
yeah, I was like, oh, damn, it's actually quite a lot of people. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not, it's not nightclub filled kind of, but I was like, oh, I think I expected like 20 people for us to just kind of sit in this small room. And about 75 people came, and it ended up feeling quite packed and quite loud in the end. And I was like, damn. And I spoke to some guys like Hectic and just everyone that night actually, and a bunch of people were like, "Congratulations on your first event." And I was like, "What do you mean? This is my birthday." uh, and they were like, "It's not just your birthday, dude. This is your first event.
Yeah.
Like, look at this." And I was
Yeah.
like, because I guess I'd kind of gone to the effort of production and speakers, like some good decks, and I'd gone like venue with fans and aircon, and like, oh damn, I actually planned this like an event organizer would, and didn't really think much of it beyond that. Honestly, I think for a few months after that, it kind of got put on the back burner. I just thought maybe I'll do it next year. And then as time went on and I spoke to people, it was like, you really had something there. Why did you stop? And I was like, oh, maybe there is actually some interest out there. Because there's a very, very good scene in Brisbane right now. We're very lucky. But yeah, someone like HQ and, big companies like that, they can't necessarily carry Brisbane on their own. It'd be a lot of pressure and it'd be really tough. So I thought, why not? Why not just keep it going and see where it leads? And that's where it's going. Yeah.
Did you have any event management experience before this at all?
None whatsoever. None whatsoever. I think maybe I was just good at general task organization and management, maybe from the PhD, because that was it, totally independent study, and I had to manage my own work schedule and when I would get people in labs and things.
Yeah.
So I've generally been very good. And also just probably undiagnosed ADHD. I have to put everything in a calendar.
Right.
So I'm very, very
Organized. Yeah.
organized, if I can be so, kind of, I guess, humble or not. But yeah, so I think I just kind of was like, well, if I could be so kind, I guess, I would probably say that I'm just a guy who I think if I were to be nice about it, I guess I'm being really coy now. I'm being really coy, but if I look at things like moving to Australia and doing the PhD, and starting DJing, I like to think my one trait is just when I put my mind to something, I tend to do it, and I think that's all it is that there are just like a lot of people who would say like we'd love this, we'd love that, and I just kind of went, why can't we? that's really how it started. Is someone's got to do it. And of course, with that comes risks. Like, there are finances involved, and there's a lot to organize and a lot of stress. Um, so yeah, there is that side of it, but someone's got to do it. And I just kind of went, well, I'll give it a red hot crack. And that's how we got here. Yeah, that's pretty much how we got here.
Yeah, well,
Just some guy.
What I can see is, I don't know if you realize it or not, but you're really good at staying composed in the deep end.
Oh, thank you.
Like you kind of just, like the move over, starting the DJ career, starting the events.
I haven't really thought of it.
Yeah,
like that,
it's all like very difficult tasks to do.
yeah. Really, just throw myself in there and say, let's swim.
And so, was there a whiteboard at this event for the name as well? Or?
There was not. This is actually chatting to, and like I'm sure you'll kind of get this vibe as we chat about it. But this was chatting to Hectic,
Right?
And that HQ team, has just been so supportive, and I think that's because they see that I'm where they were like something like 13 years ago, and it was not easy for them. If you look at the photos from the early days of the events, they've really built this whole scene in Brisbane brick by brick, and I think they saw that. And I like sat down with Hectic just to hang out, and we just spitballing ideas, and we're coming up with things. And Focus came up with a K, of course, because it's hard style and it's cool. It's cool. It's got to be a K. And these things just kind of happen organically, and then it's like, okay, like, just really just sharing that ambition to go like, Liam, you can do this. And if you need any kind of support with like promoting or just how to do it, there are lots of people you can ask, and it's really, really nice. Yeah.
I think big shout out to them. I have the original photo of their first event.
Wow.
Which was maybe like 50 people, and January they had well over in the thousands in this arena.
Crazy to think.
What,
like 4,000, 5,000 from 50. Like, that's crazy.
And even that, like, the same opportunity they gave this podcast, from them being my first guest to straight away interviewing Audio Freak, Wasted Penguins. It's insane.
Yeah.
So shout out to those guys, because they don't lie about supporting you.
No.
Like they'll fully back you.
Yeah. Why would they?
Yeah.
Why would they? And that's because, it's just a life philosophy. Like, we're stronger together. We are stronger together. Why compete when it would be so much easier and so much better and so much more of an experience when you can do things together? So they just share their knowledge and like their ambition and their support. Yeah, when it gets stressful, when I need ideas. If like there are things I haven't thought about when it comes to running an event or like promoting, they've got that experience and they're willing to share it, and it's a really, really nice thing to be able to have that.
And I think that really you can see it in Focus, because from my perspective, you guys are growing quite exponentially.
yeah. Imposter syndrome is going crazy right now. Crazy right now. But that's exactly it. And I guess that's kind of why I say things like, why not?
Yeah.
Is because when I first had that birthday rave, that's all I called it. Yeah. I can promise you that I never would have dreamed that we'd be getting, Anderex, Code Black, and Mutilator in the same night, let alone at all. And that's where it got. And now we've got Riot Shift coming up, and it's like, why not? Like, if you just push hard enough and have that kind of support network built around you, the like limits are just.
Was that a surreal feeling for you? Like, we just talked about how in the distant future you want to go and play for DEF CON, and now you're talking to guys who are in that sphere.
Yeah, it's absolutely surreal. And when we first had them over, like when we had Mutilator and Anderex over for like dinner, for example, it was clear to see that I was anxious because I try to be really like hospitable, I guess.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, like swinging the lazy Susan around to try get Anderex dinner, but not realizing like Scarlett's sat right next to me, my own fiance, and I'm like, oh god, like I'm moving food past her, and it's been a real learning experience because it is kind of going from a fan to an event organizer. So I apologize to Anderex if you felt uncomfortable during that moment, and of course Scarlett. But yeah, it's been a real surreal moment. But it's they're all human, and if when you sit down with them, that's kind of all they want, you know, from you as well. Is they're like, dude, I'm just human, and I'm just doing what I love too. So you know, there's no pressure to treat me as a king or a queen or anything like that. Um, we're all in it for hardstyle, and it's really nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I noticed. Like, especially because I did some interviews at 2025's Hardstyle Carnival.
yeah, yeah,
Um, how easy it was to talk to everyone. Yeah, how
absolutely.
humble everyone
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
And in such a great vibe. Like, it's such, you don't get this in every genre, you know?
Not
You
at
have
all.
some genres where it's just like you meet the artist, but there's like a bunch of security guards in the
Yeah,
way.
yeah, yeah. I mean, you give Audio Freak a skateboard or something, and he
Yeah,
was like,
that's the one.
"That's the one. That's the one." Damn, no wonder it's so. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's just like I literally remember just walking outside at Super Ordinary, um, and Audio Freak just being there, and I
Mm.
was like, "Wait, what?"
Mm.
And it was and like it was the same when he was at the Tivoli, and like when you kind of sit back, you just realize they are just human, and when those guys are in the crowd and they're happy to chat to you, you're like, damn, yeah,
It's
that's what
crazy
it's all
because
about.
they actually go into the crowd as well. You know?
Yeah, yeah, genuinely.
Yeah.
You could literally just be dancing one moment, and then you turn around and Audio Freak's there,
Yeah.
and it's like, you know, sick priest outfit, and you're like,
Yeah.
wait, what? This is unreal. I'm pretty sure is it Detailed who was in the crowd at like a recent event for EDMRs at like Rampage. And it's a really beautiful thing about hardstyle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's so
yeah,
cool.
it is.
So tell me about this next show coming up. Just so people know, when's the date?
Yeah, 28th of Feb.
28th of Feb.
2 weeks.
And then the you can find all the ticketing in your bio.
Yeah, yeah. Instagram, there's a Facebook event. I'll be posting about it as much as possible. Stories will be on there. We do have promoters.
Yeah.
We'll have hard copies too.
Wow.
So I will emphasize, if you are, I guess, cautious with like promoters, just message Focus. Ask us who, you know, the like verified ones are. Yeah, it's creeping up real quick. Real quick. Things happen quickly in events.
How
yeah.
far in advance do you know your events?
Oh, it can really depend. That's like one thing I'm learning. Is I think like, yeah, for like events like 2025 when we had the big night at Zion, we knew that quite far in advance.
Right.
It could be anywhere from like a few months to like even like 6 months.
Okay.
But this one, yeah, with like Riot Shift and like others that'll be popping up soon too. They just pop up. They really just pop up, and it might be like maybe 5 weeks out. Sometimes
Okay.
even like a month out.
Wow.
When you kind of first like get an idea that the opportunity might actually come to life. And that's also something that's a big win for the Australian scene in general, is because, again, why like compete when you can work together? So if there are artists that are coming over to go to Melbourne and Sydney, of course they want to make it worth it while they're over here. So why not come to Brisbane too? And likewise, if like Brisbane has someone, why can't we try and help out places like Sydney, Perth? So yeah, it's been really good. So things can pop up. Yeah. 4 weeks out, 6 weeks
That's
out,
crazy.
and it's just
Go. Yeah,
go,
wow.
be ready. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
Look, man,
Crazy.
I don't know if you realized it, but you've spoken for 40 minutes.
Oh, it's a 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
it's a little party trick. I like to let
Ah.
people like guess,
Yeah.
and then they just don't realize that you almost talk for like an hour if you wanted
Jeez,
to.
yeah. Who on earth put a mic in front of me and let me ramble? Damn.
No, but thank you so much for the interview.
Yeah.
I've actually learned so much about you because before we'd meet each other at events, but I never really got to sit down and
Yeah.
like talk to you.
Yeah.
Part of this podcast though, and you would know because you're like the second generation of call outs.
Wow.
So I'm pretty sure
That's a
Avon's
way to
called
put
you
it.
out. Yeah.
That's a way to put it. Yeah.
who would you like to call out to come onto the Crispy Bits podcast?
Yeah.
And if they don't come out, there's a frying pan over there, and that's where their name goes.
Wow, they
Yeah.
go in the
Yeah,
frying
they go
pan.
in the little
Damn.
frying pan of shame if they don't come up.
Frying pan of shame. I love that. Honestly, like I've like thought about this one, and I think a really good one would be the Fracture Boys.
Yeah.
So if anyone doesn't know too much about the Fracture Boys, and it like wouldn't have to be all of them, but that's a label they just made. So that's 929, Everlate, and Gianovis. So they're Brisbane boys who made their own label. They're all like producers. I'm pretty sure Howard 929 actually just moved over to the Netherlands for a bit. So even if you could get him on, maybe when he's back in Australia, it'd be really cool to chat to someone like him about moving over, starting a label, ambitions, or the other boys.
Yeah, it's
who are
funny
kinda
that you
producing.
mentioned that. I did hit him up, and possibly May.
Yeah, right.
Possibly
There you
May,
go.
if we
There
got
you go.
time.
The call out's there. The call out's there. The invite's already there.
Yeah.
Things make sense. So if it takes time, yeah, but they've got a lot of experience in the hardstyle scene that would be really good for people to draw from.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember I wasn't talking to them, but I was kind of like half eavesdropping on their conversation about how long it takes to
Love
produce a kick.
Oh, it's insane.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
It takes hours? What do you mean it takes hours?
Yeah, it's not easy.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
Well, with that being said, thank you so much.
Yeah,
It's
thanks,
been a
man.
pleasure.
Appreciate it.
And
so
man,
good.
have you done interviews before?
No, not at
Well,
all.
congrats
So
on your
I'm just-
first interview.
Yeah. Damn, that went so quick.